Welcome to Long Brothers Reviews, the show where sibling rivalry meets cinema as two brothers rate and debate movies past, present, and coming soon. That's my brother Todd.
And that's my brother Mike, and today's movie is the Oscar-nominated American Sniper, directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Bradley Cooper and Sienna Miller. Writer Jason Hall based his Oscar-nominated screenplay on the book of the same name, which tells the true story of Chris Kyle, the most lethal sniper in American military history.
This week's order was decided by which brother was less popular with the fine ladies. So Todd, you're up first.
Thank you very much. Douglas MacArthur famously said, "The soldier, above all others, prays for peace, for it is the soldier who must suffer and bear the deepest wounds and scars of war." And that message is made painfully clear in American Sniper. The film tells the story of Chris Kyle, a Navy SEAL sniper who served 4 tours of duty in Iraq, where he is credited with 160 confirmed kills, though his colleagues put the number at closer to 250. It's a film you experience more than you watch, as Eastwood skillfully takes us from the chaos and jeopardy of war to the battles fought on the home front, as Kyle's wife, played by Sienna Miller, copes with having a husband who's deployed to a war zone for months at a time, only to be absent emotionally when he returns. Along the way, we see the brutal atrocities being committed by Al-Qaeda in Iraq, the brotherhood formed by men determined to stop them, and the haunting long-term effects of post-traumatic stress disorder. It is a film that is at times hard to watch, as it pulls no punches in its vivid depiction of war. But it is a depiction that is graphic without being gratuitous, reminding us that, as Kyle's father says at the beginning of the film, there is evil in this world, and that evil can only be contained by men willing to fight it. It is an important film that leaves viewers emotionally spent at its conclusion. Bradley Cooper's transformation into Chris Kyle will transform the way you view him as an actor, and it makes him a leading contender, if not the hands-down favorite, for the Best Actor Oscar. I say, see American Sniper, as it is easily the best film of 2014, and quite frankly, one of the best films I've seen in the past few years.
Not much there to disagree with. I say, too, that it's a great picture. It is emotionally engaging, which really is the key here to any kind of picture, especially one that carries so much cultural weight as this one does. I agree with you. It's candid about the war. It's candid about the enemy, and I especially appreciated that it is unapologetic in its portrayal of support for American efforts. There's no equivocation here, as we usually see in movies like this. Was it the best picture of last year? No, and I'll tell you why. It's because it didn't reach as widely as some other pictures, such as Whiplash, for instance, which I thought made a more unique comment about human nature. So while it's not the best picture of the past few years, and certainly not of 2014, it's a great picture, and I'm with you. Absolutely, people should see this one.
Well, to me, the reason I say it's such a great picture, and you know as well, I love the Grand Budapest Hotel as well, but at the end of American Sniper, you're physically tired. You are drained from watching this film because the swings you take, the complete chaos and confusion of what goes on in perhaps the most dangerous situation a person can be in. I will stick by my ruling that it's the best film of 2014. And then when the technical credits roll, silence, nothing. The house lights come up, and I was in a near capacity theater. Everybody got up and left without saying a word.
Well, there's not much that separates us here. We both agree it's a great picture. We only disagree on how highly it ranks. It received high marks all the way around, had a Rotten Tomatoes score near 100% right off the bat, until it became politically correct to bash Chris Kyle, and then that number started coming down. A few things frustrate me more about film criticism than the inability to separate one's politics from one's analysis of the picture. Do I enjoy the message? I certainly did. Did I think it was a well-made film? Yes. But did it do as many unique things as some other pictures last year? I can't say that it did.
I'll give you that point, but for me, the yardstick of what makes a great film is how emotionally engaging is it. And the closest film I could think of was The Green Mile, and that was some time ago. I think I must apologize that we didn't have as much to argue about this time, but I promise you in the future we will have plenty to argue about, because if there's two things we love, it's the movies and arguing with each other.
And sweet, sweet pie. That's it for this episode. To find out more about the show, including when our next review goes live, check us out on Facebook at Long Brothers Movie Reviews and follow us on Twitter at Long Brothers Movies.
And while you're there, you can leave us a message to let us know what movies, past or present, you would like to hear our opinions on.
And if there's a film you and a friend don't see eye to eye on, tell us about it and we'll be happy to set you straight, tell you who's right.
So until next time, that's my brother Mike.
And that's my brother Todd saying, great success!